Hi everyone. Today's read aloud is Nobody Hugs a Cactus. This was written by Goodrich. And if you look closely, you can see how the cactus is feeling. Look at that face. I love it. Just picked this up from Barnes & Noble, actually a few weeks before the quarantine started. So I was going to share it with you guys about this time anyway. Hank lived in a pot. The pot sat in a window. The window looked out at the empty desert. It was hot, dry, peaceful, and quiet, just the way Hank liked it. Our cactus, Hank. I love the illustrations in this. They're so soft and make me think of the desert Southwest. But every now and then, somebody would interrupt Hank's peace and quiet. "Hi, Hank," Rosie the tumbleweed called out. "Isn't it a beautiful day?" Hank just ignored her. He just wanted to be left alone. There's Rosie. She looks pretty happy. "Okay, so long," said Rosie cheerfully, and she tumbled away. Hank was happy again. But just as he was beginning to relax, "Hello," shouted a tortoise. There's our tortoise. Look at the face on Hank. How does he look? I would say surprised. "Private property," yelled Hank. "Keep out." The tortoise was so frightened, he hid in his shell. Look at Hank. Hank is a very expressive cactus. Hank was still yelling at the tortoise when a jackrabbit dashed by. "Hiya, Prickles," she shouted. "My name isn't Prickles," Hank yelled back, "and stay out of my yard." "Tumbleweeds, tortoises, jackrabbits," said Hank. What do you think? Someone else going to come along? A coyote came loping by. "No dogs allowed," Hank yelled. "I'm not a dog," said the coyote, "and you are as prickly on the inside as you are on the outside." Oh, boy. Coyote's telling him like it is. Before Hank could yell back at the coyote, a cowboy strode past. "Keep off the grass," shouted Hank. "What grass?" said the cowboy. "Seems to me somebody needs a hug. Too bad nobody hugs a cactus." What do you think? Think Hank needs a hug? "Hi," said a lizard. "Who invited you?" said Hank. "And just in case you're wondering, I don't want a hug." "That's good," said the lizard, "because I don't want to give you one." Then he skittered away. An owl landed on the roof. "If you're looking for a hug," said Hank, "well, I guess I could give you one." So it seems to be nighttime. The owl's here. Hank seems to be having a little bit of a change of heart. "Ooh, me?" said the owl. "You must be joking." And for the first time, Hank began to feel a little lonely. So friend the owl, Hank. The next morning, Hank was feeling more sad on the inside than prickly. Maybe a hug wouldn't be so bad after all. Who's still there? Who's still hanging around after everybody else left? See who it is? It's the tortoise, huh? The wind began to pick up. An old cup blew by and stuck to Hank's face. His arms were too short to get it off. Great, said Hank. There's the cup. After a while, Rosie came bouncing by. I'll get it off you, Hank, she shouted, and she jumped up to knock the cup off Hank's face. Then she tumbled away. He looks pretty surprised. Rosie looks as happy as ever, tumbling by her tumbleweed. Hank didn't have time to thank Rosie. He felt bad about all the other times he had been so rude to her. So he came up with a plan. What do you think his plan's going to be? He's feeling bad about being kind of bristly to Rosie. Hank decided to grow the best flower he could and then give it to Rosie as a thank you gift. It took days, but at last it was ready. He couldn't wait for Rosie to pass by again. You see Hank's flower? Look at this. Look at his face. He's not looking sad or lonely now, is he? Or when at last she finally did come bouncing back, Hank held out the flower. Look, Rosie, I grew it just for you. Rosie was so surprised. She jumped up and gave Hank a great big hug. It felt so nice, Hank didn't want to let go. And, as things turned out, he couldn't. Rosie and Hank had become stuck together. Uh-oh. They don't look very sad about it, though. They seem okay with that. But they didn't care. After all, it's better to be stuck in a hug than stuck all alone. There they are. And our tortoise friend finally making his way onward also with a big smile on his face. There's the last page. They're going to stay stuck together for a while and stay friends. This is Nobody Hugs a Cactus by Goodrich, and I hope you enjoyed it.